In this video, I'm going to show you how to make money on Instagram by growing and managing accounts using automation. So today we're going to be covering some really cool information. I know a lot of people are really into this. They want to actually learn how to make money on Instagram. And this is a really good way of actually passively making money too. So once you set it up, it's all running in the background. So we're going to be going over the actual requirements to, what you actually need to get this running. We're going to be going over actually finding clients, actually people who you can manage and grow accounts for. How much to charge, of course, the biggest question of them all is, how much do I charge like a client to do this? And then also we're going to be discussing how you can build a website for sales and leads quickly. And we'll sort of be doing some demos in and out of this as well, but most of the information is going to be through these slides. Cool, so let's firstly discuss the business strategy here. So pretty much you're just going to get paid to grow other people's Instagram accounts. Everyone wants to grow their online following, especially if they're a business and they can obviously see profit from doing so, or at least brand exposure. So yeah, you can get paid to do that. So what you're basically going to be doing is labeling yourself as a social media growth agency. There's so many of these out there. Some places you wouldn't even think that are automating Instagram accounts. They're generally doing it. So there's a huge market and potential here for you to actually jump in and start doing it. And also just, to mention related to this whole business strategy, it is really a good idea just to stick in one large niche because this is just going to make it a lot easier for you to understand what potential clients' needs are. And we'll be discussing this a little bit more, but for example, fitness is just a big niche. Music is a big niche, like nightclubs or just sort of partying is a big niche. And you could just help people, who are in that sort of industries and, grow their accounts for them. And of course, the more clients you have, the more profit you make. So you're going to start off small, typically, like anything, this isn't a get rich quick sort of idea. You get one client, you get comfortable, then you bring on a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth, etc. And obviously each client you bring on, the more money you make, which is really awesome. And lastly, it's all automated. So, once you set this up, it just is going to be passive income. So it's pretty simple. And what's great is, the software that I'm going to recommend, you can just copy and paste settings. We're going to do a demo of that in a bit. But you just copy and paste settings. So it's really simple and it doesn't really actually cost that much money to get into this as well. So yeah, that leads us on to talking about the requirements. So if you want to actually get into this and start, managing people's accounts and growing their followers, you need Instagram automation software, and the one I recommend is Jarvee. And just, to let you know, all these requirements will be in the description down below, any links that you need. But that's going to pretty much come in at $20 a month for the first 10 people. You'll also need one private proxy per client account. This is just an IP address, and, it just stops it looking like you're automating 20 accounts off one sort of IP, which would just look weird. So you just put one proxy on per account. That's $4 a month typically. And just a computer you can actually run 24 hours per day. And if you don't have that, you can just use a VPS, which is going to cost $26 a month. And while you may be saying, oh, this is actually a lot of money to get into, once obviously you actually start gaining clients, all these all these costs are going to be actually just like negated. They're not going to actually be coming out of your pocket because people are going to be paying you. They're pretty much your overheads right here. And of course, like I said, all the links are in the description to grab these, as well as any tutorials I actually have up on my channel or on my website, socialdasher.com, just so you can actually go through and set them up if you're not comfortable with doing so. So what we're going to do now is actually just jump into a quick demo of Jarvee. I'm just going to actually show you the social media automation software that I recommend you do. If you're familiar with it, no problem. You can maybe just skip over this section. But for anyone who's not familiar with it, I'm just going to show you what it actually looks like, where you can sort of grab it and all that good stuff. Alright, here we are in the quick Jarvee demo. We're not going to be diving into any actual setting up of accounts. This is more just a super fast overview that we're going to try and keep to just a few minutes to give you a quick example of what this is about. So first things first, Jarvee is a social media automation application. Therefore, it's just going to automate really repetitive tasks for your Instagram account. So things such as following users, liking pictures, leaving comments, sending direct messages, liking comments, all that good stuff. And what you can do is you can actually grab a 3-day trial. I've included the link just down below in the description for you to head here. You can install it, and it is Windows based. If you don't have a Windows computer, you can use a VPS. I do have a VPS tutorial just linked down in the description below, as well as one also that's a bit more up to date in the Instagram Masterminds course. But let's get into this. So Jarvee, on the side you have your sidebar, you have your dashboard, so a summary of just sort of what the application's actually doing. You can see the statistics for accounts that you're automating. You can see what's new. They update this thing so frequently, 16th, 21st, 7th, etc. You have a contact support tab, so you can come in here, send any issues, and then it will also give you notifications of anything that's going on. Next up is your social profiles. Once again, this is going to be very overwhelming for people who haven't used it before. Do not panic. But typically you can add any of these social profiles in Jarvee and automate them. So of course we're focusing on Instagram here, but in the future you could also start doing, Twitter or Pinterest, just Facebook, YouTube, any of them that you want to get into. So yeah, you have your social profiles. You have your tools as well. So in your tools, this is where you can actually start setting up, what you want to automate. So I'll just go on the Instagram account here to show you actually what you can automate. So lots of things in here. Join my free Instagram marketing course, Instagram marketing crash course. There we go. Join that one and you'll learn exactly how to set all this up with the best settings. But yeah, you can do following, unfollowing, like. You can actually contact, so sending direct messages. You can manage direct messages and comments. You can delete posts. You can delete any bad comments that you receive. There's other things you can do as well. You can comment, you can do actual story viewing, you can save posts, you can block followers. There's a ton of stuff. You can basically automate it all in here. You have a whole proxy manager, so if you have a proxy for each of those clients' accounts, you enter the proxy, you would choose your profile, and then it will try and verify this is fake. So yeah, it's just not going to work. But yeah, from there, you have your account. You can also actually upload pictures and videos to your actual Instagram accounts, which is awesome. So you can choose what to publish, type it in. Like I said, this is going to be so overwhelming for anyone. But yeah, pretty much you can just automate anything you want for your Instagram account. And they also have a really cool like exchange tool in here. So I'll just quickly mention this. Pretty much what happens is you will like other people's images who opt into this. So let's say you go and like 1,000 images of your account, you'll get 1,000 points. You can then spend those points on actually receiving likes on certain images. So you can actually get free sort of engagement by doing that, which is really cool. So there's lots of stuff in here, definitely worth checking out. Like I said, link down below to grab Jarvee, and then please join the Instagram Marketing Crash course just to actually get this. Join the Instagram Marketing Crash. So I hope you just enjoyed that quick demo of Jarvee. Once again, the link is down below to quickly grab their free trial and start setting things up. And I do highly recommend you actually join my free Instagram Crash course. It's going to take you through the actual step-by-step process of setting up Jarvee from a beginner perspective. So it's super simple. It is free, so no cost out of pocket there for you, and it's just going to take you through step by step to actually setting it up with the best settings and also the most safe settings. Plus you'll learn a ton of also Instagram marketing content and knowledge, just to sort of help you on your journey. Cool. So what we want to talk about now is actually finding your clients. So this is going to be specifically aimed at actually getting the first clients for you to actually, start making some money. So first things first is you just want to ask friends. This is the easiest way to actually just get into this, because they will generally tell others how good you are or actually continue using your service. I know there's the whole sort of word about, don't work with friends because they'll become enemies type of thing. But friends, they will generally just lead you on to actually other people they know, which is great. And if they continue using your service, hey, even better. But most people who actually get into managing Instagram accounts, they typically will say, oh, I just had a friend on it, and then they told me about, a musician they knew or a business owner they knew, and then that business owner or musician also led me onto someone else, and it just sort of spiderwebs out. So asking friends is the easiest and most comfortable way to get into this. And what you can also do is just offer a free 7-day or 14 or 30-day trial. These are typical days to sort of do. And just think long-term profit. Just a mention on this trial, after 30 days, it will give the person a better perspective of how much you can do. Because 7 days, just a week of actually getting everything set up and sort of tweaking the settings within Jarvee is never too easy. It doesn't really give the best impression. You may get lucky straight away, which is awesome. But typically a month just to actually get everything down and happily sort of gaining them a lot of followers per day is really going to be the ultimate way. So yeah, just think long-term profit, because this obviously will be coming out of your pocket at the start. You will need to buy a proxy, which is going to be like $4. And then Jarvee, obviously the $20 a month. But just think long-term profit, they could eventually end up paying you $1,000+ just for the whole year. So, that loss of like $24 isn't really too bad. You're still going to be profiting over $900 off that client. Next up is you can just cold email or call potential businesses in your area, or just online businesses where you can see that their Instagram account maybe just sucks and they should be gaining more followers. This one's a little bit harder for anyone who has done cold, emailing or just approaching businesses in general. It's pretty uncomfortable. So the email is the more comfortable route. And you just want to basically say to them, this is what I can offer, and this is how it's going to help your business. And we're going to talk a bit about this in a second, which is your value proposition. But yeah, always be thinking, what is it that this business needs? Is it more sales? Is it more people signing up for their free training they have? Always be thinking in terms of that. And then your goal would be to drive traffic through their Instagram account to that end goal. Like I said, we'll talk about that in a minute. Also, just to keep in mind, to get these first clients, you can offer a free 15 or 30-minute Skype call, just a little consultation to discuss how you can help. And you should do this anyway, because it is really going to help you actually understand what their goal is and need. And it's going to be a lot easier for you to sell yourself onto them. And then, of course, you can actually build a website to let people know of your services, and any testimonials you get. We will be discussing, how to actually build a website really easily just later on in this training today. So let's talk about your value proposition. This is really important because this is typically, or the best way you're actually going to be getting clients. You're basically going to be a salesman in this. So you always need to be thinking, your goal is to fulfill your clients' needs and wants. If you're not fulfilling your clients' needs and wants, they don't want, to use you. You're no value to them whatsoever. So this could be things such as, do they just want more brand exposure? Do they want people to know they actually exist? If they say that, then perfect. It makes your life very easy, because you can say, cool, we're going to find out your demographic, we'll discuss that. And then what we're going to do is target them on Instagram, drive them to your account. Is going to get you more followers, more likes, more comments, which is naturally going to boost your social proof on your Instagram account. So when people come and see you, they say, oh, a lot of people like you. Clearly this brand is trusted. They offer some really good content and products. So I'm going to follow them as well. Maybe they just want leads. So for example, if you're working with maybe a fitness instructor or, personal trainer, they may have some free training that they just want people to sign up to. So they need leads on that. So what you could say is, cool, we're going to obviously target your demographic on Instagram. We're going to drive them to your profile. And then on your profile, we're going to make sure we have a link to the landing page for the training where people can sign up for free. And then at the same time we do this, obviously you should be uploading, your client, the fitness instructor should be uploading videos, maybe quick videos out of that actual training to give examples, just content or photos, videos related to the training, and it's going to work out for them. And then of course, maybe people just actually want, other people visiting their store. Maybe they have a Shopify store, they want more sales. You say, great, once again, we're going to target your demographic, get them on your profile. In the meantime, you're going to get followers and engagement, but we're also going to make sure that there is a link in your bio for them to visit your store. And, this one is the best. Maybe they just want more followers and likes. Most people do just want this. This makes your life very easy, because at the core of it all, that is what you're actually going to be offering here. You're just really gaining people more followers and likes by driving traffic to their profile. So yeah, tell them how you can help them achieve their goal. Always make sure you're going back to, what is your client's needs and wants. And this is where, that 30-minute call can really come in handy, because typically you just want to ask them, hey, what is it that is your long-term goal out of using Instagram? Of course, we can gain you followers and likes, but do you want people, purchasing your product? Do you want people signing up for your free training or ebook or whatever it is? Make sure you know what they want, and as soon as you ask that at the beginning of a call, you can actually then tailor whatever you're offering around that, because you can say, okay, great, what we're going to do is gain you followers and likes by targeting your correct demographic on Instagram, and then we're going to make sure that you're actually, having the link in the bio for where you want them to go, and of course mention to them, oh, you should upload content based on that. And a good question I always get is, should you actually manage the client's content? I say no, because it is definitely not a passive method of making income. It takes a lot of work to generate content, to make sure they're always one who is uploading photos and videos. And of course, this is just all done by automating their account and targeting the right users. So, at the end of the day, you're just going to be automating their account, targeting the right users. And if they ask you, how are you actually going to be doing all this? Through just morality, yes, you should say, oh, okay, we're going to be automating, your account to do all this. But, you can obviously actually say this is beneficial, because you can say we can target more people in a day, and it's going to overall expose your account to more users and increase the growth that you have. So yeah, if they ever ask, just let them know you are doing this by automating their account. And will just do a little shameless plug here. I do have an Instagram marketing and automation course called Instagram Masterminds that teaches you everything you need to know on doing this. There is a link down below to go check it out. I don't want to sort of go on about it for a long time, but that will help you with actually finding the right users to target for clients, the best settings to put in there, how to use a proxy, a VPS if you don't have a computer to run for 24/7, and just a ton more of actual strategies and just automation setup. But yeah, let's continue on to how much to charge here. So this is a big question I get from a lot of people, how much should I actually charge on clients? And this is the formula sort of I like to live by. I believe it works really well, but you can definitely adjust this to sort of how good you are, how comfortable you are with sales. So I always say, the first 5 clients is going to start at $50 a month. So if you get your first 5 clients, you're then making an extra $250 per month, which is great. So pretty much you're going to be earning $200 per month after the cost of Jarvee and proxies. But that's good money. You're passively making $200. And once again, think of long term, you're going to be scaling this up. So then you get your next 5 clients, you have more experience, you're feeling way more comfortable in setting all this up. And then you start charging $75 a month. So obviously it's the original $250 plus the $375. So now you're making $625 a month. You're probably making on like actual net income $575 per month. It's still good. You're making $500 now. So then you could do the next 5 clients at $100 per month. So that's going to total you pretty much $1,000 per month in actual profit, which is really good. So now you're up to $1,000. And of course, what you could do, you can just keep scaling up and up. You could charge the next as like $125 or $150. It's basically, I believe, by the time most people at least have 10 clients, they're pretty happy and they know what their sort of time is worth and what they can charge. So you can just keep scaling up, or you could just get 10 clients at 100 each, so that's $1,000 per month. You can even charge up to $250 per month. Once again, it comes down to the client. You have to keep in mind, what is the long-term goal of theirs? If it's to get sales per month, if they're thinking of, oh, I'm going to generate another $5,000 in revenue per month off this, it's pretty easy to charge them $250, because, if they're generating $5,000 extra dollars off your service, $250 to them is not a big sort of loss whatsoever. And yeah, just keep working on your sales, get experience, and have, 10 clients at $200 per month, sort of like I said, and then you're making $2,000 per month. It's pretty simple that way. If you think of it in sort of the bigger picture and break it down, how much to charge is not really a huge issue. And this is where you can start seeing how much money you're actually going to be making off this, which is super cool. So yeah, feel comfortable, just work on it, get experience. That's why I generally say to only start with $50 a month, because if you are unexperienced, you can maybe mess up and whatnot. But once after you have those first 5 clients, if you're feeling comfortable, just jump straight up to that $100 per month. So just a quick tip that I want to mention is just to accept payments using paypal.me. This is the one I use. It's really easy. I've included a link down below, but you can just Google paypal.me if you're wanting to feel secure because obviously it's PayPal, but it's just really easy to actually get people to pay you, which is great. So let's just discuss some extra little tips here, and apologies for those sirens, but we're going to keep going. We're going to mention that you should keep within one niche. It will really help you understand clients' needs. And the reason you want to do this is because, if you keep, say, using someone in the fitness niche, when you get your sixth client, you already have worked with 5 other people in the fitness niche. You understand pretty much what they want. So if a client is, talking to you, you can generally actually start recommending ideas, and this is going to make you seem like you're worth a lot more in terms of value in their eyes. And this is going to allow you to actually start charging more. So for example, let's say you're talking with someone who's a personal trainer, and you say, cool, let's do this, this, this. Oh, how about we target, this account or this other personal trainer? And they will already generally know about them. And because you've said that, they'll be like, oh, this person really understands my niche. They understand how to actually help me, etc. And, just don't cheap out. I know, like, some people may actually just see the cost in the beginning and say, oh, I don't have an extra, like $50 per month to make this money. You do need to spend the money to make the money. Like anything in life, you just don't really make money for free, or at least make good money for spending nothing. And it's a really easy business model to actually get into. $50 per month is just not really anything. If you can do a business under 100 per month, you're pretty much in the motherlode mine. And then, yeah, just keep scaling up. Don't sort of get lazy after you get those clients unless you're happy with how much money you're making. Great. Maybe you have like 10 clients and you're charging 500 each per month and you're making, really good money. Otherwise, just keep scaling up, because the more clients there is, just the more passive income you make. And practice. A lot of people want to get into this and it'll sort of have it perfect off the bat. It's never going to be like that. Trust me, I still get some client accounts where I make mistakes, and I've been doing this for over 2 years. It's completely fine. It's just natural human error. So yeah, just keep practicing. You'll never be perfect from the start. Just learn by doing. It's a really cool process, and it's really fun. You'll learn a lot while doing it. So yeah, what we're going to talk about now is just sort of a final nail on the head. I wanted to include this bit just sort of as an extra bonus because I think it is going to be pretty valuable to you. And it's just how to build a website, obviously, to get clients. So the best website builder out there is Webflow. This is super unheard of. I'm actually from the sort of advertising and whole sort of design industry and whatnot. And Webflow is an incredible platform to actually build websites on. It is a front-end editor. You don't need to know how to code. But what it does is actually writes really good code in the background for you. Because unfortunately, a lot of website builders such as like Wix or even actually WordPress, if you get like a theme and stuff, the code isn't really that good. It's not well written or wrote. But whereas Webflow, it does write really good code, and it also gives you an incredible amount of flexibility to actually build a website to how you want it to look, and also for it to be responsive so it looks good on a desktop, a mobile, a tablet, etc. So on these websites, we will be doing a demo just to sort of quickly show you this. You do want to include your services, so obviously you can say, oh, we'll gain you followers, we'll gain you likes, comments, we're going to just basically improve your growth. We'll do research on your demographic. We can provide reports for you, like actual monthly reports on, hey, this is how you've grown. And what's great is within Jarvee, you can actually export all that information, so it makes your life pretty easy too. And then, of course, you want to offer a freebie on your website. So this could be the consultation call or the free trial. Either way, just get people actually entering their email or information just so you can get in contact with them, because at least that is a lead. They're interested in what you offer. And then, of course, include testimonials on your website. If anyone's ever used you, ask them to actually, give you a testimonial. If you can get a actual video testimonial, maybe jump on a quick Skype call, say, hey, just 5 minutes, would you mind just us talking, saying what you like about the service, all that stuff. Feel free to. If they don't want to do that, whatever. But video testimonials are definitely very powerful in our modern society. So yeah, let's jump into a quick demo of building a website. It's not going to be like hours and hours. I'm just generally going to show you the platform here and sort of what it can offer you in terms of quickly building a website. So let's jump into the super quick demo of Webflow just to show you what this is all about, because designing a whole website is a whole nother scary step for anyone who hasn't done it before. But I honestly really recommend you jump into this. As you can see, a lot of top brands actually use this to develop websites. So pretty much as it says here, you can actually design and develop at the same time. The issue of a lot of other websites is you don't really get to see, what you're changing and what you're doing. Especially when you actually don't have to code it. So as you can see here, they're actually just changing this website. You have this sort of side panel where you can change things. Yes, it will take a bit of getting used to, like anything, it is a skill. But yeah, it's great because you can actually adjust things. You can see what's going on. You can change, as you're sort of on the fly, which is great. And also with Webflow, just a few things to actually mention. Obviously take your time, take a look through this, is that it does come with a free hosting. Excuse me, not free hosting. You do have to obviously pay for it, but it comes with hosting actually embedded like into it. So when you actually purchase like Webflow, you can actually sign up for free. You can make your website for free, but once you put it on your own domain, you can actually, start paying for their hosting, which is really fast. It's actually one of the fastest hostings I've used, and it's only $12 a month, and it does also include a free SSL. So a site security lock, it just makes your site look secure. As you can see just up here, it says secure. You get free one of those, which is going to be great. Yeah, so it's $12, but you can actually make free pages for completely free in the beginning. So yeah, I'll just show you sort of what the dashboard looks like. It's super simple, so you can actually make different projects through here. So of course I run socialdasher.com and also Aaron Ward. Social Dasher being my main one. So you'd have your project here. And then pretty much this is what the back end looks like. So you build all this from scratch. I'm not going to once again, like the Javi, go into crazy detail here, but you have your elements, and like I said, they have a ton of tutorials here. So just down here, you can click on the video tutorials, and it's literally going to take you through step by step on setting one of these up. Or instead, you can actually pre-purchase one of their pre-built actual themes and then adjust it as you wish. But if you just want a button, you can drag it in here. You'd get used to this, of course, and then the button is here. And then you can pretty much style it. So I've already created one called button. If I can spell it correctly, here we are. And then it's going to style it exactly how I want. So you basically create a style class, and then you style it, and then you can just continue to use it throughout your website. So yeah, it's super simple. You can delete it. It's also responsive, so if I click up here, it's going to go to tablet format. It does this weird little thing at the moment, but that's completely fine. There we are. So yeah, there's it on tablet. You can see it adjusts nicely. If we bring it down, it's going to adjust again really nicely. As you can see, there's a pretty picture of me. Yeah, so this is a really good way of actually building websites. I do highly recommend it. Like I said, you can actually then view what your site's going to look like. So you could go to about, go to the blog, all that stuff. And all this was built, once again, using Webflow. So yeah, check it out. Really good way of building sites, and enjoy. So hopefully you enjoyed that demo as well of quickly building a website using Webflow. The link is down below if you want to check it out. I know a lot of people will be like, oh cool, I've never seen Webflow before. Honestly, I was the same. I used to use WordPress, but WordPress just runs into so many issues, and once again, the code that the themes write, they're just super heavy, they're slow. Webflow's quick, easy. You can adjust a website to look exactly how you want without any coding experience. So yeah, just jump in. They also have a ton of tutorials as well. They have a whole sort of free library to get you started from a complete beginner perspective. But just to end this, I just want to say join one of these courses to jump ahead. Of course, the Instagram crash course is completely free. I highly recommend that one just to get it no matter what, because that is going to get you really rolling fast and sort of understanding Java. But for anyone who does want to actually just jump ahead, Instagram Masterminds is also linked down below. That contains just all the information you'll ever need. And we also cover, other methods like this in the course. We go into a bit more depth and whatnot. But yeah, I hope you really enjoyed this training today. Bit different than the other videos on my YouTube. But yeah, please let me know in the comments if you have any questions or you like this video. And of course, hit that follow button if you want to see more, or subscribe, excuse me, if you want to see more in the future. Otherwise, leave a little like if you enjoyed it, just so I know. And yeah, once again, please, any questions, let me know down in the comments, because I'm always happy to help people out. All the links are down below. And other than that, have a great day, and I will see you soon.